Crafters, you have asked for it and I am bringing it to you. Totally 3D ruins on the cheap. So let's go to the table and I'll show you how to make those. Hey crafters, now what I've got here is a T-square, and I've made a bunch of corners on this 2-ply cardboard. Now you could use any other kind of cardboard. You could just double ply it, glue it together with hot glue and get the same effect, but you really need a 2-ply for this project. So now I'm going to use a thinner cardboard, and I've cut a strip that's 1 inch wide, and I'm cutting it in half, or scoring it in half, so it'll be ½ an inch on each side. I'm going to use that as corners in my project. So now I've got some thin cardboard sheets that I've cut, and I've got these double ply cardboard pieces, corners that I cut. Okay, so these are ready to go, and I'll start assembling these. So I'll put the glue in the corner, same with the other, and then just attach it to the base with the glue gun. Alright, now I'm going to cut out the base. Now I've got it attached. I'll cut out the base that's the shape to the piece. I'm going to cut a piece of corner, and I'll cover that edging there, so that'll be a nice hide there for the corrugation. Right? So now I'm going to put a piece in the inside that's like a walkway that's like left over from the roof of an interior room. Okay. Now I'll just start assembling the others. Now this one I'm doing it like the part of the wall fell in, so I cut that out. I'll glue that to the base like the other one. And I'm going to cut some pieces of double thick cardboard and put them on to simulate the crumbling ruins. Alright, so there I've got some other piece. Do the corner like I did the other one, so I'll hide that corner there. And looking nice there. Now I'll just cut out, and I'll have a base that's the shape of the ruin itself. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this base up. I'm going to add some areas of raised glue. This will help make the base so it's not just a flat base. It has some texture to it. So I really like that. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the interior, particularly the edges. I'm going to kind of pull some hot glue down to simulate that it's cracked off, that it's broken. And that'll give us some nice, and some more nice texture on the ruin itself. Okay, so I'll just pull that out. So here's one I've got finished, and I want to add a little more of this edging to it. So now this is just a ½ inch strip. So I'm going to cut it at the height of the wall there. And I'll just kind of mess up the edge and the side. Glue it on with hot glue. It'll be all set. I'm going to do another one. Cutting up the top so it looks like it's broken. Glue it on the side. And I can do some distressing to those details. Make them look like they broke off. So you can see those. You can see that distressing I did on the ruin itself when I twisted in the light. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing to this ruin. So I'm just putting these pieces on. Now this one I'm actually going to break up. So you can see I got the bottom part and then the top part. Looks like it crumbled, like the detail itself crumbled. So same details. But now this time I'm going around the edge. Okay, and this will hide the corrugation of the base. So just run your glue gun around the edge there, and you can hide that corrugation. All right, there we go. Looking good. Ready for the next step. Now remember, like I always say when you're doing this stuff, do as many as you need. Don't just make one, make many. So here's my tray. I've got my construction sand, because these are ruins. Now I've got some fish tank pebbles that I acquired Someone actually gave me these, but you can buy these at the store, I believe, or just use pebbles out of the street. Here we go. Here's my ruin, and it's all glue gun, so it's immediately ready to go. It's all dry. I'm going to use some white glue and run it along the edge of the corrugation. Okay, now I'm going to cover that up with construction sand. And this is a great technique for covering up this corrugation, as well as making it look like a ruin, like it looks like the edges are broken. So that'll be a really nice technique when we get this painted up. We'll just cover those up. Now you're not going to be able to get them all at once, okay? Because you have to turn it different ways to get the different sides. So let that dry up first, and then you can do the other sides, okay? So we'll just pour this off to show you what it looks like. Try to get it back in my bucket there. So there you go. You can always add more to it if you need it. Like some areas didn't stick very well, so I'm going to add some more, like I just did. But there, this one here, I just did the upper part of the ruin. Okay, and now I'm going to do the interior of that crack there in the building. So just pour it on and let it sit for a minute, and just dump it off. And so we got a really, really nice texture that is hiding the corrugation, but also giving the thing a ruinous look. Okay. Now I want to have some bigger aggregate, the pebbles, on the base. So I'm just going to put some piles of glue. I'll just start putting the pebbles in the glue, and then covering it with construction sand. So that'll cover in the areas that the pebbles didn't fill. So you got some bigger areas filled with some smaller rubble. Okay. So let this dry so I can just dump it off onto my tray. Now to sort this, you could always use a sieve to get the pebbles out. Okay, so I'm getting the extra dried construction sand off. So there we go, looking really like a good ruin there. Some nice stuff. So now one last thing I want to do is that edging there. You can still see the corrugation, so I'm going to cover that with some hot glue, and I'll just run the small hot glue gun up and down those edges that are exposed. So fill that in. Now here's my ruin for now. So we'll be back with part 2 to finish these up. Hey crafters, I hope you enjoyed the vid. In part 1 we just made the ruin, we constructed it, and part 2 we'll paint it up and finish it up ready for the table. So make sure you catch that. Also, if you enjoy this kind of crafting, make sure to join my Facebook page or my forum. And last but not least, go forth and craft!
Who were you expecting, Roderick? While Roderick is off killing things, I'm gonna go collect the treasure. Hee 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 hee.